Hey YouTube, I just thought of a little, I have a little errand to run, and I thought of a little experiment to do, talking about this unprotected left and maybe some route planning being a little bit of the solution. I don't expect any of this has been built into the system yet, but instead of forcing it at the unprotected left, I thought I would enter a navigation point, and I'm about halfway between the block, and to the right is a stoplight that goes to the highway, and to the left is the unprotected left that goes to the highway. I'm not exactly sure which it'll choose. I think it's going to want to go right just because it typically does, but if it makes that decision, I think that's the right decision for this scenario, and we actually might get a little bit of rain testing here. So I'm just going to enter target in here because it's the destination near where I'm going, and then when possible, I will engage. I'd love to be able to get Navigator and Autopilot available, and it looks like it does want to go to the street light. So I'm going to just engage it here in the driveway and see what it does. So it was either a 50-50 lucky guess, or it preferred the stoplight. I'll have to do that a few more times to know for sure. So this is actually the first downpour I've gotten to drive FSD9 in. I did hear the downtone that I've heard before. A bit of a blind turn here, okay. That down tone is typically for the Navigator and Autopilot on the highway, and FSD has continued to drive normally. All right, it's got a left blinker on. Looks like it's coming all the way up to the line and waiting, so far so good. The wipers are, I think they're one setting from the maximum right now. Now this is actually an unprotected left at a stoplight. So this intersection right here does not have a left arrow. So if this car that was parked there, and you can see in the field of view, needed to come full across, I would need to yield. So it's always one of those scenarios when the light goes green here, you have to ensure the person that's straight ahead is not going to cross the street completely. But it looks like the visualization is doing a pretty good job all the way across the street. A little bit blurry here on the left in the rain. There is a median over here you probably just can't see exactly. It's not just starting to map it a little bit. All right, we've got the green light. Another, use accelerator to continue. Okay, I had to tap the accelerator, and they're turning left. So that was a intervention, not a disengagement, because it asked me to hit the accelerator there. I think it was because of that scenario. It doesn't know how to judge that blinker being on for those other vehicles. So I do have 51 set, and it was going a little bit less than 51 a second ago, and it just bumped back up because the speed limit bumped up a little bit. I wonder if it was going a little bit slow due to the rain shower. I doubt it. Looks like I just drove out of it, so that might be over for the time being. I might have to put that navigation decision to a few more tests for repeatability, just to see if it truly is preferring the stoplight. I might have to figure out a way for it to choose that. Pretty aggressive braking here with the red light being way up there. Not exactly sure why it's braking when it did. Now that was a normal time to brake right about there. Might have been a distance thing. It wasn't perceiving the distance accurately. This looks to all be mapped very well. Some good clarity here. This is a dotted yellow line right here, and it's mapping it as a little bit of a gray line. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be yellow or not. You may have just heard that uptone. So that uptone is what you're familiar with Navigator and Autopilot on the highway when Autopilot single blue line is available again. No perceived impact on the FSDBeta when those tones go up and down though. pretty busy intersection here with a lot of rendered vehicles. Some of them coming and going. Interesting how these vehicles parked at this intersection kind of fade in and out rather than maintaining persistence. There's a lot going on there. Looks like it's seeing behind us a ways. So if all of that is being done off of the repeater and the rear view license plate camera, that's a pretty good job. There's a railroad track right over here. I've done a little bit of driving without the video camera on. I haven't seen any renderings other than the paint where it has railroad crossing on the road is properly mapped, or at least it can read it accurately, but it doesn't seem to address the fact that it's a railroad track in any way. Aggressive slowdown there and a slow reacceleration, and the car behind me did not like the way that braking took place. So that was a little bit more aggressive than I would have liked on that braking there. Alright, now we're getting into this turn lane here, and it did a nice job getting in that turn lane before it slowed down too much. Alright, it's going to need to keep going, and it did a good job there. It was a nice large gap, but it did a good job. Alright, we basically arrived at our destination. I'll hook you up when we're finished. GoPro, start recording. It was going a little too hard there. Not sure if it would have stopped in time for that curve or not. Alright, we got a little bit of traffic to the left. After this car, we're clear. And it's wide open. Interesting, waiting for high-speed crossing traffic. Alright. I don't think I saw that high-speed crossing traffic before. That might be a new one for me. Alright, we got the rain starting to come again. See if we hear that downtone again. Nice bird's eye view of the intersection. Wonder why it bothers rendering a car on top of each other like that in that scenario. Obviously there's not two cars there. That's a misinterpretation, but you would think that it would know that's not possible. go. So the right turn into the subdivision is about a mile ahead, so it should really pretty much just stay in this lane. There'd be no reason to do a lane change. Let's see if that's the case. So it's doing a good job not getting out of this lane, because I think it needs to turn right here. Sometimes when you slow down for traffic that much, it wants to get around it, but in this case it looks like it's aware of the upcoming turn. It needs to use its blinker right about now. Alright, it's slowing down, no blinker. Still slowing down, no... Okay, blinker came on about 10 miles an hour after it started slowing down. Alright. Well, that was fairly uneventful. I was hoping we were going to get a little bit more heavy rain. But in any case, the experiment of the initial direction to the streetlight worked well. All right, let me know what you think. Have a great day.